Hey everybody, it is Saturday morning. Welcome to today's edition of the Hokey video blog. I am joined by a guest this morning. This is Nathan. He is shadowing with us here at Wave 3 News, and he's been with us all morning long. What time did you get in here this morning?
About 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning. School you go to?
Trinity High School.
All right, so this guy's a Trinity guy, and he and I are both weather geeks. How long have you been a weather geek?
Probably since I was 6 years old.
6 years old. I was interested at 5 years old. This hits early, folks. If you want to do weather, yeah, it's got to be a passion that you've had since you were a kid, because every meteorologist and weather nerd that I've ever talked to seems like it hits at that early age. Let's talk about a little weather this morning. Check it out outside now from our Kentucky One Health SkyTrack camera in Starlight, Indiana. This line of clouds has been moving through all morning, and now we're seeing the backside of it, the backside of this line now moving through Orange and Clark counties in Indiana, so we're starting to see the backside of that with the sunshine in tow, and it's going to be just a beautiful morning out there. In fact, I'll switch our camera over so you can see what it looks like in Paoli right now, because it's an even more impressive image. Golden sunshine. Looks like the sky's on fire there just behind those clouds. We'll see mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Hey, starting out chilly in the lower 40s in Seymour. That sensor only gets turned on whenever whoever wakes up to turn it on gets up. So we just now saw that here in the last hour that they were in the lower 40s. And we've got some 50s on the Kentucky side of the river. The cause of that discrepancy is the cloud cover. We've got the clouds on the Kentucky side of the river, but they are not on the Indiana side. So that causes the Kentucky side of the river to be warmer. It's like an insulating blanket of clouds. It doesn't allow that long wave radiation to escape out into space, and that's why, hence, it's a little warmer. High pressure over the Midwest today is going to keep us relatively chilly throughout most of the day, and then we start to get up into the 60s and eventually near 70 here in the city. But that northerly wind, you're going to feel that, so you may need a light jacket as we go throughout at least the early and late portions of the day. By mid-afternoon, since we're close to 70, that's not jacket weather for me, but I know a lot of you folks may see that as jacket weather, so you may need to have something light to put on as we go throughout the day. There's how Futurecast paints it out. By 4:30, we're at 68. I think we'll be a couple degrees warmer than that, thanks to the abundance of sunshine we'll have. Sometimes that solar heating overwhelms some of the temperatures that we forecast here, so that's why we've been kind of going more aggressive with that temperature forecast here the last couple of days. By tonight, this is the big headline, I think, of the forecast, is how chilly we get, not only here in the city, but in the suburbs and surrounding areas. We'll be down into the 40s easily. Some folks could see a temperature, an overnight low, near 40 degrees. That's pretty close to the 30s, isn't it? Let's talk about today's forecast in a little more detail here. The Belknap Fall Festival's going on near 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies through the afternoon and the evening if you're heading out to the Louisville Zoo for the world's largest Halloween party. That's taking place from 5 to 9 this evening. Almost sounds like a broken record. It's just so much sunshine in the forecast, not only today, but for tomorrow as well, because look at Sunday, full sunshine. And I think we're going to see a relatively chilly start for that Ironman competition. We were talking about the upper 40s. That's what we'll see here in the city. I can't imagine swimming in that chilly of weather. This guy's a swimmer over here at Trinity, but even that is probably pretty cold for you. 48 degrees? Yeah, pretty chilly for him too. And we've got the water temperature in the lower 70s now, so it almost feels like a hot tub as they're stepping into the river there. By the way, check out wave3.com. We've got a story about how they've just cleared the Ohio River to be swimmable because of the algae bloom they had there a few weeks back. So you'll read up on that if you're interested in some of the water quality issues that the Ohio has been experiencing. Otherwise, by the rest of our Sunday here, we'll get into the mid-70s, about 6 degrees warmer tomorrow than today. But those overnight lows in the morning, this is what the RPM model, it's one of the computer models we use. We've been talking about computer models this morning here. And this one's from WSI, Weather Services International, and this is the one we use on air a lot. And you'll notice how those temperatures are in the lower 40s in Seymour. So tomorrow morning, we may have some folks maybe in the upper 30s if this really underachieves, and you'll see those 40s continuing across just about all of wave country there. By Monday, this is our next rain chance. Now, this rain chance is going to be courtesy of front, but here's the deal. Yesterday's front scoured out a lot of moisture. It's going to be hard to build that back in, even with a southerly wind, because it won't be truly sourced from the Gulf of Mexico, where that tropical moist air is. So as this front comes through, it's not going to have a lot of preceding moisture to kick up rain showers and thunderstorms from. So we've only got a 20% chance of showers in here. I think folks up toward Lake Erie will see the most rain out of this. Us, Yeah, nary a shower. That's about what we're going to see. Now, as we go throughout Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be working to recover from that cold front because it'll knock us back down into the upper 40s for lows, the lower 70s for highs. And we've got another front moving through Thursday into Friday. It's not even really a front. It's just a big bubble of cool air that's going to be moving in here. And this is interesting because in the earliest alert outlook, you'll see how we're in the 60s on the 17th, and showing you some model data here. These are the what we call the 850 millibar temperatures. That's Weather Geek talk for the air temperature at 5,000 feet above our heads, and that's more stable than the surface temperature. So we're able to show you how that evolves over time, as opposed to the surface temperature, which varies because of the sun day in and day out. So you're seeing here that there's kind of like a big area of low pressure that's going to be moving on through the eastern side of the country here into the northeast, and as that moves through, that channels down some very cool air on the back side of that. Our confidence meter is locked in at a 7 on this, getting these cooler temperatures in here for the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th, so it's a pretty good bet right now that we'll be seeing that. I have upped our temperatures back into the 70s, though, from the 19th through the 22nd. Some of the ensemble models, which are models that basically take multiple runs of the same model and average them, they're trying to hint us at getting a little bit warmer than we had before. So I've put us into the 70s, only to be back in the 60s by the 23rd. Here's the deal, folks. Once we get into late October, the 60s, they become more common than the 70s, because that's our average high temperature going down as we descend toward winter. I know all you Bots fans, Bring On the Snow fans of Brian Goods are excited about that, but we've got something else coming up first that I think a lot of us like. Yeah, Halloween, only 21 days away. I've got my costume ready. Do you have yours?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He's got a costume, too. I don't know what I'm going to be this year yet, but I've got a lot of costumes at the ready here. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, that's it for today's version of the Hokey video blog. Thanks for joining us here. We'll be back on with a special half hour, or I should say a full hour of news in a half hour of this recording from 8 to 9 a.m. this morning. It's a special extended edition of Way 3 News Weekend Sunrise. Andy's here with you tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early on Sunday Morning Sunrise starting at 5 a.m. Have a great Saturday.